everybody, this is Missy with Jake and Me Van Life. I have my friend Sophia here. She came up to join me and she's going to let me do a video of her van. I think you guys will really like this. So, there's Sophia. Hey, Sophia.
Hey, guys.
What kind of van do you have?
I have a 2018 Ford Transit T150 medium roof rear wheel drive van.
I don't even know that much about my van.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And I bought it from a truck dealership that sells fleet vehicles with budget rental vans.
Cool.
And so they get a bunch of them in. I bought it when it had 77,000 miles, and just so you know, because people like to know what things cost. There was no build or anything. It's a cargo van, like I said, that I bought as a from a fleet dealership. And it was, I want to say 24,000 plus tax. So the prices have been really coming down. 24,000 for a 77,000 mile medium roof van is pretty good, as you can recall. Pandemic was crazy, so I had to wait for the prices to come down. I've only had it now for 10 months, 9-10 months, and I have been doing van life. Sorry, you're not asking me questions, but I'm just going to tell you the story.
You're doing great. I love it. Don't make me ask questions.
I have been living in a vehicle dwelling situation for 6 years. I started out in a Toyota Prius.
Nice.
And hybrids, yay.
Yep.
And then I got a Toyota Sienna, and I still have that vehicle, and that's going to be another home for another story. But then I am 53 years young, and
that's right.
I never want to do yoga in my vehicle again, okay? Yoga is for a class, not in a Prius or a minivan, even though, yes, there's plenty of people that live in minivans. I needed the ability to stand up, and at the end of the day, Toyota doesn't have stand-up vans here unless you build a top up. And I was like, I'm not going to invest $7,000 to $10,000 for a pop-up. So
yeah.
I just decided, let's just go with a bigger van, and I was blessed to have this. And so, yeah.
Cool.
Just so you know, I did not do any professional build. Everything that you see in here, you can do too. I took a lot of stuff from my Toyota Sienna minivan, and I just put it in here. So everything that you see in here is either held up by very strong industrial strength heavy duty magnets, or a bungee cord, or ratchet straps. So,
way to go. Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason I'm going to tell you this is because living in vehicles for 6 years now, I live in 4 seasons. I could be in snow, I could be in, whatever it is. And so the gear that goes in here changes out a lot, and winter gear takes up a lot more space. So I had to have the ability to move and shift things around as I needed. So that's why I opted not to do a build out, because I've learned that I like to change things up a lot. I like to move things in and out of the vehicle depending on the season. So that's something to take into consideration before you decide what the right vehicle is for you. Now, everybody's going to live differently. And so for me, I also didn't want any running water. I didn't want any plumbing situations. I didn't want anything that was going to break down and cause damage to the inside of the van from plumbing or water or anything like that. So you're going to see kind of how I creatively got around some of these situations. And you have to be flexible in this life. So if you can't do some of the things that I'm talking about, you're probably going to want to build out or a different situation than I have. But come on in.
I love it, Sophia. You made my job easier.
Yeah.
So easy.
Well, I've done van tours enough times, and I'm on YouTube, so I know the grill.
Tell them your YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel is Lazy Asian. And that is spelled LAZYASS, like ass, IAN. Lazy Ass, IAN. So you got 2 S's in the Asian part. And the reason why I named my channel that, Lazy Asian, is because I am a lazy ass. And the other thing is that, and I'm proud to own that, because then people don't expect too much from me. I raised 2 boys, had family, everything. Don't want anybody to expect too much from me, so now I'm a lazy ass.
I love
So
it.
there you go.
I love it. Hey, did you get your tires? Those are nice tires. Did you have those put on?
Those are actually from the dealership. They were already,
they're nice.
Yeah, they were already from there, and they had some things that they had to do to make sure that it was in the contract, the sales contract. And so those, I didn't pick them out. I don't know anything about tires. Just make sure they're all 4 seasoned, have good tread, you know, rotate them, do whatever you got to do after thousands of miles of driving, and make sure you have good tow service.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah. So I have this right here. It's great.
I love
it is
that.
white. I purposely chose white. I've seen the black ones, and I didn't want black because when you get into my van, it's a little bit dark. I don't have as many windows as other people. So when I open this door, I want light coming in because this is one of my main sources of light. So if I had something black here, it would make it dark, and I didn't want that. I wanted something lighter, but it does get dirty. We're out in the dirt here a lot, so it does get dirty. So if you're anal about, you know, your cleanliness and dirt and all that, okay?
I own it.
All right, well, good, because you might want to rethink this life. You're going to have to clean a lot.
I do.
Okay? So I'm not one of those people. Missy said she's anal. That's fine. She lives in her van. I don't got to live with her.
That's right.
I live in my van. I live the way that I want. And that's what's great about this life is you can live the way you want. Nobody can tell you how you should live.
That's right.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep, because it's whatever's right for you. So,
and we're 2 solo women too.
yes.
So, well, she travels solo. She does have a husband. You should tell about that.
I do have a husband, and we do have a home base. So I usually, when I go out, I'm usually gone during the really hottest parts of the summer and then really coldest parts of the winter. And I will drive somewhere. I'll be out of town for 3 weeks. I'll park my van at the long-term parking or at a friend's house or wherever I feel safe to leave my van. I will leave it there, and then I will fly home for a couple weeks or whatever I decide, and then fly back out, get my van, continue it, and then he'll come out, you know, after another 2 or 3 weeks, he'll come out and we'll spend a few days to a week together. And so he gets to visit and come out and see where I'm at as well. And so we get the opportunity to still see each other. Yes, you can have a relationship.
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
Yeah, you can. And you know what? It works out great because you get your own darn space and you don't have to be up in each other's business constantly. I mean, yes.
And you miss each other when you're apart.
It's a honeymoon. You don't have time to fight because you know that time with that person is limited. So you don't have time to fight. It's always a honeymoon. So ladies, gentlemen, consider that, okay? If your spouse is getting on your nerves, all you need is just a little bit of space. You don't need a divorce.
That's
just
right.
a little bit of space.
Yeah, one of you get a van and one of you live in the car or whatever.
Exactly. Sorry.
Or stay home.
Yeah. This is a no build. Remember that.
Yes.
So everything you see is what I personally have put in here, and it's not going to be nice and clean. It's not going to be super organized. It's just going to be the way that I live life. And this is real van life living. And your stuff is going to be all over the place.
Yep.
All right. And we call it the Bermuda Triangle for some reason.
Oh, I love that. I didn't know that.
The Bermuda Triangle. When you lose your stuff in such a small space, and God forbid, how come I can't find it?
I lost a pair of prescription glasses, my newest pair, for probably 6 months, and finally found them.
Well, God, yeah, because they fell back somewhere, right?
They fell behind my little box that controls my lights and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Scott found them.
Yeah, you know. So I didn't do the typical insulation part. I put in, this was lots and lots and hundreds of hours of research, by the way.
Cool.
Everything is removable. Like I said, I put in moving blankets. Cheap moving blankets will be just fine. Either on Amazon, if you find them at Goodwill, whatever. Cheap moving blankets are great for insulation as well as soundproof.
And you can throw them in the wash.
Yes, and you can throw it in the wash. That's right. So these are just dog items that got thrown here. Our dog's not with me on this trip, so Come on in.
Okay. I gotta get in and see. Oh, there we go. Okay.
All right.
That backlight was pretty strong.
Okay. So
you said it was so filthy in here. It's not. Give me a break.
It's, you know, don't look too close, people. Don't look too close.
Great.
Yeah. So everything in here, people ask all the time, what do I need to use to insulate this and that? You know, how do I get started? You know, months and months and months of building. Me, 2 weeks.
Wow.
2 weeks because I wanted to get on the road. I am not the kind of person that needs to have everything completely perfect before I hit the road. I just want to hit the road. I'm flying down with passion and fire and excitement and doing things. And if I waited months to hit the road, I would lose my motivation and I would never even hit the road. So you just got to think about how you operate as an individual. I respect the people that will build out and work on it for 6 months to a year. I don't know how you have the patience to do that. I don't, okay? So what I did was, like I said, what I have here are thermal curtains.
Nice.
These
yeah,
are
you can
black.
Tell they're thick.
Yeah, blackout thermal curtains on Amazon. All right, I measured it, and then what I hang them up with, I hung them up with bungee cords. And so they're pocket thermal curtains that are on bungee cords, so you can just pull them back and forth.
I would have never thought of that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Or a ratchet strap or whatever you can find that will go across, right?
Doesn't have to be a pole.
No, it doesn't even have to be a pole. It's very, very easy. And as a matter of fact, ratchet straps are better because you can adjust them.
Yeah, that's true.
And
it's homey in here. It feels homey.
Yeah, you know, thank you for saying that, because somebody was like, I feel like whenever I come into your van, I'm going into my massage therapist's office.
Yeah, right.
Oh, she goes, it's so zen in here. And I was like, well, I'm glad you feel that.
I like it.
Yeah. So I do have one of these curtains that are sheer. Okay, I have sheer curtains all the way through, so that the window that I do have over on this side, nobody can really see in. I can see out,
true.
But they can't see in.
Hang on 1 second. Look at this. You got to peek around the corner. Oh, he just moved. He was standing in front of the stairs. Jake, Mama's busy at the moment. Okay, I know. You go lay in the van where it's cooler because you're out in the hot sun. I'll be home. I'll be over there in a minute. Go back. Good. How many people have to tell their cat to go home?
He is adorable.
Thank you.
So I have sheer curtains. They can't see in, but I can see out. So I have a thin layer of sheer curtain where it's still breathable and air still comes through it. I have curtains and more thermal curtains for my ceiling, and these are moving blankets.
You can tell. That's nice. That's
you know, it gets it's a 15 to 20 degree difference.
Oh, it's cool in here.
Yeah, in the van. When you have the windows open and the air is blowing and everything like that, I hope you can hear me over the fans. But
you got 2, 4, 5 fans?
I have 8 fans in here.
They do a great job.
Call me crazy. I'm the lady with 10 fans instead of 10 cats, okay? So I got fans, not cats. But nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
They're good sizes, too.
Yeah, well, you know what? One of the things that I had to consider was how much do I want to cut into my roof?
Yeah, that's a biggie.
I still might. I'm not saying that I won't, but getting on the road within 2 weeks takes a different mindset, creative mindset. And I thought, okay, I have $30 fans in here. One breaks down. I got 7 others. Another breaks down. I got 6. So I still have fans until I can get more in here. And, you know, the max air fans and the roof fans, you know, I have heard different stories about them. Some of them last a really long time. And then some of them break down not even a year. And I cry. I don't know about you people, but I cry if I got to deal with, if I got that 1 or 2 fans and that fan isn't working and it's 90 degrees outside, I will cry because I am hot and I have no way to replace it immediately. Not only that, they're $250 or more. Okay.
Yeah, mine was about $275, $280. They've gone up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it's $299. I have just the deluxe.
Yeah.
I mean, which doesn't have a remote or anything. Yeah. Nothing's electrical on it as far as push buttons and all that.
Yeah. So I pray that yours works perfectly fine.
Oh, it'll be fine.
I'm just the kind of person that's a little bit anal in a different way.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, I'm anal in a different way.
I get
Everybody has to live the way they see fit, and I respect that completely.
That's right.
So there's that. And then, you know, instead of running water, and
got a nice table set up here. Oh, you got your Berkey.
Yep, I have a little water filter purification system. But how I brush my teeth, wash my face, this is my gray water tank.
Oh,
and this
clever.
is my faucet, okay? It's a pump.
Nice.
Yeah, I just pump it a couple times and then, you know.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Do that one more time. I'll make sure I got that in there. Yeah, that works.
And it's also nice and refreshing.
Oh, sure.
When it's hot. So then I just spit into here, and this is basically my sink. Okay?
Cool.
This is
it's a good idea.
Yeah. This is my pee jug. Underneath here, this ottoman right here is, I'll show you real quick. I have my toilet, which is a bucket, composting bags, and some pet pellets. And I promise you, it does not smell one bit.
I didn't smell anything when I walked in.
Yeah, the pet pellets that you can get for, like, they're for rabbits and guinea pigs and parrots and stuff like that. Just look for wood pet pellets, wooden pellets. You can get them for like $7, $5 or $6 at Tractor Supply for 40 pounds.
Holy cow! You got a house to keep that 40 pounds at.
So I would, but if you need to get them at like Petco or PetSmart, they're like $10 or $12 for about 5-7 pounds, something like that. So yeah, come on in again. But so that's how I can just set the bucket here, do my business, tie it up, and I can even bury it if I want to because it's composting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's biodegradable composting bags, as well as the wood pellets break into just wood, like sand, and like, I don't know, just sand, or what is it when wood breaks down? Never mind. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Sawdust. That's it. See, they knew that.
Yeah. So that's easy. And then, I do, like we were talking about, I have a water purification system.
Which is important. That's good.
Yeah. I actually carry 10 jugs of BPA-free plastic jugs, 1 gallon jugs, and I just dump them in here every time I need water.
Oh, good.
And then I use it through this, or I pour it in here. So that's how my water situation is. I can't carry, guys. I cannot carry 5 gallons of water constantly.
That's why I've got 3 gallon ones, and I struggle sometimes with those 3 gallon jugs.
Yeah. So I will, like, if I'm at a water filter station, like at a Walmart, I'll throw all my empty jugs into a cart, a grocery cart, go up there, fill it all up, throw it back in the cart, and then bring it back into my car. I got to do things my way. Yeah. Some people can obviously carry that much weight. I have small hands. I'm a petite person. A lot of things are a struggle for me, mainly because I'm small. My arms aren't long. I'm short, all that kind of stuff. So I got to make everything fit for me. The other reason why I did not get a high top van is because then I would have to have a stool to get up and get into things. And I don't want to deal with that. When I want to get to something, I just want to grab it, grab it out of this.
Yep. I'm not touching the ceiling myself, and my head's not touching. So this is a nice ceiling.
This is the medium roof Transit, and they make a high roof.
Okay, I think I have the medium.
Which I think is 6'5" in ceiling height. But this is like about 5'10", 5'11". Like my husband is 5'11", and he can stand up straight, pushing up against this part. He has to duck right here.
Okay,
but,
gotcha.
Yeah, and then behind here, stuff that. Just my extra stuff. Another
storage.
Yeah, storage stuff. Just stuff that I don't really want to look at. It's kind of a mess back here, but this is my garage situation, and I just don't want to look at it. And I will take care of it, and do something different about it at some point. But right now, if I gotta look at it, I just want to see nothing.
Well, and just like you said, we're constantly in this lifestyle, we're constantly changing things around, because when you're living in a small space, you find better ways where something would go better here, as far as everything's about saving space.
Right, right.
So, yeah,
yeah,
I agree with you.
I have
Jake,
cooking.
you're okay, honey. Mommy's right here.
I have my cooking pots and pans in here, my toiletries in here.
Oh, somebody else I knew got these kind. Oh, I have to remember who it was.
And they're great because
she loves them.
Yeah, they're collapsible. So if I don't need one, I can collapse it down and then it'll just be right there.
Yeah,
and then
that's
I have
nice.
Extra canned foods, tuna, and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Extra food down there. I have my little refrigerator right here.
And even more space there. Look at that.
I have my refrigerator.
I've never seen your refrigerator. Okay, yeah.
It's just a small one.
Oh, hey, refrigerator.
Yeah, and I have 4 power stations in here.
Okay.
Okay.
So tell us about your solar and all that.
Yeah, so I have 700 watts of solar on the roof, which is a good amount of solar.
Very good amount.
It's a decent amount of solar. I
have 400 on roof, so you're doing really good.
400's good. But I might, and that's the other reason why I haven't put a ceiling fan in, because I really wanted to decide, am I going to put more solar? If I need to change things up and run air conditioning, I'm going to need even more solar than that. I'm probably going to need at least 1,000 watts of solar on here, which I think I can get on here, because in the front there, I don't have any solar and there's no fan yet. So
it's comfy in here, though, man. It's really comfortable.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. And so I have 4 power stations. Now that's excessive, but I've had one power station kind of break down on me, and the other 2 I kind of bought early on in the stages of things, and they were just too small to run the kind of power I needed. And so now I have 2 power stations are 2,000 watt inverters, and so yeah, plenty, and then plenty of, like, there are ones from Blue Addy, one's a cheap knockoff brand, and then I have 2 Jackery power stations that are nice, that are smaller. So I have enough energy to last me. But
so your solar panels are hooked up to those power stations, right?
Yes, okay, the solar panels, are hooked up to the power station.
Yeah. Lots of people do this, though. I've seen a number of people use the power stations. So it just depends on what your thing is.
Yeah. I wanted just a plug and play. Like I said, I get very stressed out when things that are mechanical don't work. I cry over these things, and because they stress me out. Sure. And I'm getting used to it. You know, things are getting better as you're out here. You need to be more flexible and go through some of these stresses. It's not if, it's when is it going to happen. Right. So you just have to be able to be prepared to know that when it happens, hopefully you can cry and then say, like, somebody help me. So, but that's it. My heating source is just, basically something like this. Great. Okay. I also have a Mr. Buddy heater. Yeah. So I have 2 different, one that's propane and one that's butane.
I like your mirrors there too. Yeah. How convenient is that?
Yeah. So I hadn't known what I looked like for a long time. I just put these up like literally a month ago. Seriously. So, and then, to cook and stuff like that, I have an electric skillet, I have a butane stove, and I have a air fryer.
I was going to say, I just saw you have an air fryer.
I have an air fryer, and that's what I use the most. It is a 900 watt air fryer. You can get one that's 800 watt.
How does it do on your electricity?
Oh, it's great.
I mean, does it suck it fast?
No,
because I had somebody tell me there's...
it depends on how big your power station is.
Yeah, sure.
So I have, 2,048 watt hours. Yeah. And if I'm only using this once a day, maybe twice a day, and it's only for 15, 20 minutes, you're not sucking anything in, because and if it's during the day, I cook during the day because I know that's when I'm getting the most light, and it's just best for me to go ahead and cook it, get it out of the way, and then I can have it ready for dinner. I don't cook when the sun goes down, because then, there's no sun to fill up the power stations through your solar. So
that's right.
Yeah. So I kind of do my cooking during the day so that things replenish really quickly. But yeah, you do need a bigger power station if you're going to be running a refrigerator, air fryer, running fans, charging your cell phone, charging your laptop, any,
you
camera
have to
equipment.
calculate how much wattage you're going to be using.
Exactly.
That's the biggie.
Yeah.
Some people, and you also have an option of the batteries, using, like my van has batteries instead of power stations. I do have a nice power station though that I bought before I even bought batteries.
That's good.
But some people use batteries, some people use power stations. I've seen them both.
Yeah, I think
and they work. Whatever works for you.
Yeah. It really depends. I also have an additional 300 watts of solar that are on flexible panels.
Oh,
so
nice.
They're tucked back here, but if I am wanting to park in shade, but I still need to charge up my power stations, I can pull these out, and they're on a 25-foot charging cord.
Nice.
And put them in the sun, and I'm in the shade, the van's in the shade, and so I'm charging things up, through 300 watts of power in addition to whenever I need to. I also have a DC to DC charger.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so when I am driving, if you have cloudy days on end, many cloudy days, or during daylight savings time, you only get like 7-8 hours of daylight. Your daylight gets cut off at 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. and it starts not until like 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning. You're losing a few to several hours of charging time.
Imagine if it's raining.
Yeah, and then you add raining or cloudy weather, you need to be able to replenish your power stations. And how I do that is it's called a DC to DC charger. It hooks up to the alternator, and then when I'm driving and I turn the vehicle on, it charges my power station when I'm driving, and it doesn't take that long. So I have one from Blue Eddy, which I highly recommend. I'm not sponsored, or we're not sponsored by Blue Eddy, but I think that's one of the best ones out there that you can get. So I don't know if there's anything else. Window covers and all that stuff. Make sure you got good window covers for insulation in the front. And
show them your new window covers that you put on today.
Oh, the covers I have on today are bug window covers, and you helped me with this, putting them on the outside, and all they are just magnets.
I love them.
Yeah, they're just magnets,
but they look good. Yeah, mine you can tell is homemade. The one I put on my window.
Yeah, so just these.
Yeah,
you get them on Amazon. And I'm sure Missy can probably put her link down, in the description.
I will do that.
Or help you guys out with that. And so they just stick on with magnets. And yeah.
Awesome.
They're not the kind that go over. I was too short to deal with that. The ones that are like a window sock.
Yeah, like they slide over it.
I'm just too short. It's too bulky for me to get over here and get it all right. It's a lot of work for me. So
let's get a look around your van.
Yeah, so
everybody can see it.
Yeah. Oh, no plates, please.
Oh, that's right.
That's okay.
I'll black that out.
That's all right. That's all right. But yeah, solar on top. Oh,
she's got a side window there. I think you had that put in, didn't you?
I did. I had.
It's nice.
Yeah, I just had a side window. I wanted little windows for me personally because I might eventually get bigger windows. I just needed right now to deal with, insulation, because I know that the more windows you have, the more you have to think about insulation and all that kind of stuff. And not only that, I just had one on this side because for stealth camping factors. I didn't want to make it too obvious when I'm in my neighborhood or somewhere else that I'm camping in my van and hanging out in my van.
Sometimes she'll do that at her house a lot because she enjoys it so much.
Yeah, I do that. I do. It's my other home. And when I want to get space outside of the house and just away from everybody, I can climb into my little woman cave here and my she shed, as they call it. And,
I love she sheds.
Yeah, and be away from everybody. And then I have a window back here as well. And again, it was just, I might eventually put bigger windows, but for right now, I just wanted small ones.
I see more of the smaller ones than I do big ones. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it was just enough to get some light, but then not have to deal with the insulation. So it's all what someone prefers,
Sure.
And for me, it was, I just needed a little bit of light, and then I will decide whether or not I want to get bigger ones down the road. But yeah, so
that's it. Oh, that is awesome. Sophia, thank you so much for letting me do this video. You're my first van video I've done, and I'm so excited.
Yay!
I hope my subscribers like it, and I know they will.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is good. This is fun. And just here's one more little tip: when you're doing this lifestyle, look where you get to camp. I mean, it's amazing.
It is amazing.
This is BLM land. We can stay here 14 days, and right around the corner is another one. You can stay 14 days. You could stay free for a month out here if you
can
wanted
just continue to find different places and stay. And then 20 minutes down the road is gas and food and a whole little town and all that. So it's amazing. But yeah, I
love this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Sophia, and I'll let you know what everybody says. So.
Yeah, sorry that was such a long video, but
it was great. People want to see what's going on, what people are doing, especially when they're thinking about this lifestyle. And built out vans are so expensive, and this is a great way for people to see you don't have to have a van that's already built out.
100%.
It gives more hope to people.
Yeah, use what you have.
Right.
And use what you already have, and then, change things as you go along and see what you need and what you don't need. You'd be surprised how little you actually need. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys, there's probably a good 20 or 30% of things in there that I hardly ever use unless it's an emergency situation. But I could probably still get rid of another 10 to 20%, on top of that, of things that I just don't use, and that's not even for emergency. So
I'm always getting rid of stuff.
Yeah.
If I bring something new in, I try to get rid of, what I'm replacing or whatever, just because it's limited space.
Right.
We all get spoiled on the bricks and, bricks and stone. What do they call it? Bricks and
mortar.
Bricks and mortar, yeah. We get spoiled by that. I've been in a home all my life. This is the first time I'm living out of my vehicle, so it's exciting and it's fun.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Sophia. We'll check back in with you another time.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.